What is going on, guys? We are back playing some more Surviving with ActuallyAdditions. Today we are finally going to get to take care of one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to playing any version of modded Minecraft. Now, some of you may know what that is, but if you don't, it's pretty much me having to go mining on my own, not having it fully automated. I guess really it's having anything not fully automated because it's modded Minecraft. That's what it's for. But the main one is having to go mining on my own and actually gather resources before I can craft and do all the fun stuff that is offered in modded Minecraft. So we're going to be putting this power that we just started getting to good use, and it's kind of kicked in a little bit more now that the farm has filled out. It is now completely ready to go. It is as good as it's ever going to get until we make actual upgrades to the whole processing portion. But we're going to put that power to good use and combine it with the vertical digger, which is going to allow us to essentially mine for ores without having to do anything ourselves. So we're going to do that later in the episode, but unfortunately there is one prerequisite we need to take care of before we can actually craft that and some of the upgrades that come along with it, and that is making the Empowerer. Now, the Empowerer is kind of an odd setup. All it really is putting power and some miscellaneous items together to make a charged version of one of the items. The way that I would equate it to sort of another mod that you might know is Thaumcraft. It's pretty much like the Infusion Altar. It's going to be one central block, which is the Empowerer, and then 4 display stands that go kind of in a ring around it. You put sort of lower tier miscellaneous blocks in those display stands. The middle one is going to have whatever you're charging, and then you are going to put power in. It will consume the outer ring items, and it will empower the middle one. Now, the reason we're doing this is because you need to empower blocks to use them for higher tier machine crafts that are offered in ActuallyAdditions, one of which is going to be one of the upgrades we will be using today. As you can see, it requires empowered diamantine crystals, and I believe we need to use it for one other thing. It might be in the vertical digger recipe. Yes, it is the empowered void crystal block. So they pretty much just look like enchanted blocks. And yeah, so nothing super special, but if you're planning on playing with ActuallyAdditions, you are going to need it. So there's a lot of stuff we have to take care of today. It might be a little bit of a long episode. I don't think many of you guys will complain about it, but we kind of have to jump in. I'm rambling a little bit right now. Excited to be able to record again, but I would like to actually do something on camera. So the first thing we are going to do, of course, is make the Empowerer, and I love crafting this so much because it's one of the simplest things to make. The reason behind that is because all we do is make 5 display stands and then turn one of those into the Empowerer, which is the central block, and it's pretty cheap to do that. So we'll make the 5 display stands now. We already have the advanced coils ready to go. That's nothing special, but I did want to show you guys how to make the aesthetic green blocks, I think is how you pronounce it, and the aesthetic quartz, and that's pretty much just from a block of quartz, and then these are from chiseled quartz blocks. It's a little annoying because to get these you kind of have to I guess you could either use, the easiest way is probably to use a chisel. I didn't do that because I'm not smart apparently, but you can also do it with the quartz slabs. So you're going to need 15 of both of those, and then you're going to need the 5 advanced coils. And we can come over. They should not take much CF at all. We should be able to turn all of these. So there we go. We've got them transformed, and we are ready to craft all of these up. So there we go. And there, so we've got the display stands, and we're actually pretty much done with this craft. So the rest of it is just the Empowerer. You'll need one of these, and that requires a Restonia crystal, 2 iron casings, and a double battery. So we've got the double battery right here, and then we got to turn 1 redstone. Oh, wait, no, you know what? We actually already have a Restonia crystal up here. 1 sitting there, ready to go. Didn't even realize that. And then we just need to grab out our stuff for the, actually we need 2 of those, and now we should be good to go. So we've got the Empowerer, we have to make the 2 iron casings, and there we go. So thankfully the double battery does not need to be charged. The double battery itself is not rough to make. Single battery, advanced coil, and Inori crystals. So it's actually, I'm now just realizing that I probably had a bunch of things up here that I could have used. Oh, yep, I definitely did have a bunch of stuff up there that I could have used. I just took a lot of the stuff that I got from my most recent mining trip and was turning it, but that is besides the point. So we've got the Empowerer, we've got the display stands, and we need to power just the display stands. It requires all of them to have CF to actually be able to function and combine into the center block. So we are going to take 4 of the energy laser relays, and we just need to figure out a place to put this down. Now I'm probably going to put it down right over here just because it does need some room. So we'll put it right here, and the display stands are going to go out 2 blocks from the empower in every direction. So 1, 2, and then place it down, 2 there. No, it's not going to stay in this position forever, but for now it will, just because I want it close. I want to be able to utilize it, and this is going to make for such a bad thumbnail. Okay, you know what? Honestly, the thumbnail is going to look different because I'm going to go off camera after this and fix up this area and make the thumbnail actually look nice. But the one thing I want to see is I think we can shift click these down on top. It doesn't really look like it's going to work on there, but it should. So let's connect all of these to each other. Make it look pretty darn awesome. And did I? Okay, do we need to connect them like that? Yep, okay, so they're charging right now. It looks a little bit odd, but also kind of cool at the same time. So we'll leave it for now. Apparently there are upgrades that we can make that I was not aware of when I guess played with this on a mod pack. But some of these I think look really cool. The laser relays right here, these look awesome. These though, when you kind of walk through them, they're a little bit, I mean, they kind of, I don't know. But that's, again, besides the point, even though it was pointed out to me that aesthetics are everything in the last episode. So just something to think about. These are getting charged right now. They only hold 80,000 each, so you're not going to be putting a ton of power in. As you can see, these should charge up really quickly yet again. And now we should be good to go with using this. So let's get all this stuff out of the way right now in case we do need to move this or kind of take it apart a little bit to make room for other stuff. So the first thing we're going to look to make is the portion for, it's not the portion for the drill, it's the portion for the phantom booster. Now I am going to cover this block more in depth when we actually get to using it, but for now, we need the empowered diamantine crystals. We need 4 of them. Just a heads up, it is better to do a whole block at a time. You can do an empowered diamantine block with the same recipe. So if you're really worried about using the kind of odd miscellaneous components that are going to go around the empowered block in the display stands, do a block at a time. Don't do each crystal on its own. I'm doing each crystal on its own just because I only need to empower 4 of them, and I don't have a ton of diamonds to throw around right now. So we're going to turn 4. We're going to empower them individually, and I just wanted to get that out of the way because I know a lot of you guys will probably be like, but Rage, just make a block. Well, you know what? Not all of us are rich with diamonds, okay? You know, you're rich people. So, yeah, what up? Okay, so we got the diamantine crystal. I'm sort of rethinking that little monologue rant that I just had right there. I guess the whole video is a monologue. What am I talking about? Okay, well, here we go. So we look at the recipe for this. The empower has its own tab at the top, and you can see that it takes 2 pieces of clay, 1 block, and 1 light blue dye. Now, if we were to go back and take a look at this and go, I guess if we use uses for that, if we go over to the block and look at the recipe for that, it's going to be the same thing. So that's pretty much just what I was talking about there. So we grab all of these out, and really the only thing that was a pain in the butt to get was the light blue dye because I had to go kill some skeletons, but other than that, pretty easy to come across. So you put 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there, and boom, there we go. You get some nice particle effects, and it's pretty darn quick. As far as I'm aware, and don't quote me on this, okay, we need an empty hand to grab this out of here, but as far as I'm aware, certain ones take longer to go. Don't expect them to be that quick. Sort of higher tier ones, if you're doing a full block, stuff like that, as far as I know, can take longer, and I suspect also takes more energy. So, can we grab this out in the same hand? Yes, we can. Okay, so it just needs to be the same block. Now, I know, yeah, you can hopper these, which would make it a lot easier if I were to do that right now. Again, I know, but it would be annoying to deal with the laser relays right now. It'll be a little bit nicer when we've got a definitive base ready to go, because then I can kind of place this down in an odd spot where I can do the laser relays below it, and everything will be hunky-dory. So there we go. They're all good, and we've got the 4 of them. And now we've got 1 more block to do in that, which is the one that is going to go in the vertical. Where did it go? The vertical digger right here. It's the empowered void crystal block. So this one's a full block. And to get the void crystal block, it is a block of coal in the atomic reconstructor. So I've got that right here. Yes, you could do individual parts each and, you know, put them together. We're not going to do that though, because I want to save time. So I think for this one, we need the ink sac, the charcoal, the flint, and the stone, I believe. That would be the absolutely only reason that they would be down there. So let's do that. Let's see if I'm right. Oh, I am right. Ooh. So that's like different. Why do those look lighter? I feel like the other one, these were kind of brighter. Ooh, do they get brighter as it goes? Huh. Things to ponder. But yeah, maybe secretly I already knew the recipe and I just want to look really smart in front of you guys. Who knows? But yeah, let's do some awkward chit chat while we wait for this to finish. Actually, we're just gonna sleep. And of course it finishes right as I lay down into my bed. Typical. Very typical. Okay. So now we got that out of there. That is the last of the Empowerer. So just put that on the back burner now. We don't have to deal with that ever again. I know it's a super boring thing. It's not really that special. Really, the only thing that can confuse people is the setup for it, and that's in the book. So really, if you know, that's it's not anything super special. But now we can get into the fun part, which is the vertical digger. Now there are going to be upgrades that we can make later on in the series, but they're too expensive for me today. Getting these 4 ender pearls was already tough enough, so we're just going to call it there. But if you're curious what the upgrade is before we start, it is the Phantom Booster. Now, the vertical digger itself has a radius of 2, and it's going to go obviously vertical. So you're only going to be able to get the radius of 2, and that's really not that great. But you can add in up to 3 of these Phantom Boosters, which are going to go above it, and those are going to increase the radius as you go, which is going to make it even better. So they're not actually super expensive. They're pretty cheap other than the ender pearls early on. So I would suggest, if you're not where I am right now, if you're a little bit further on, just make the 3 of them and put them down on top of it. You'll be really happy in the end because it does get a fairly large area. I'm not sure the fully upgraded area, but we're going to see with at least 1 today. And I'll assume it's a static increase, so we'll be able to figure it out. But for this, it's pretty simple. We need the 4 iron casing and 3 blocks of redstone. So that right there is a very simple craft. And you know what? Let's just grab all of this out right now because we're going to be using all this, and we have the inventory room for it. So we need to make the iron casings real quick. So we'll do that, and that should help us clear up a fair bit of our inventory. So there we go. Now we need to make the blocks of redstone. There we go. We got the 3 of them. And I was really worried initially when I saw the, where is it? Oh my gosh, I keep losing it because I keep opening it when it's, you know, I've got this open and it pushes it over more, and then it kind of makes things look different. I don't know. But I was worried because they're all chiseled versions of a block of redstone, and I thought I was going to have to do empowering and stuff, but no need to fear. We don't need to do that, so it is all good. Now, the last thing we need to make is the drill, which requires 3 more diamantine crystals, 3 Inori crystal blocks, 2 advanced coils, and a drill core, which needs 4 basic coils, a Restonia crystal, and then 4 more Inori crystal blocks. So this ate up a ton of iron. Thankfully, I actually had a fair bit of iron ready to go. And why do I need these? Yes, I do. So I think I need 1 extra piece of redstone to go along with that. I'm going to turn 5. I don't know why I think I need 5, but I also think I'm right. So we're going to turn those, and I should have just turned the diamonds at the same time. There we go. Thankfully, every one of those does not use much power. We will get to ones that eventually use a lot of power for the reconstructor, but we don't have to worry about that just yet. So we're going to make the drill core right now. What am I missing? Oh, the Inori crystal blocks. Oh, great. One more thing that I forgot to do. Pretty sure all of these need to be turned, so let's just throw them all down. There we go. That one took a little bit more power, but that's because it was the block versions. So finally, we're ready. We're ready. Don't even tell me if we're not ready because we're going. Okay, well, we were ready. So there we have the drill. Yes, I will make one of these for myself once this pick runs out. There's really no reason for me not to use the pick right now. I made it because I needed obsidian, and now I can make the drills and charge them up. But I want to wait for the pick to go because I know if I make a drill, I'm only going to use the drill, and then the pick will get either thrown into lava or put in a chest, you know, 1/3 of the way used. And I'll hate myself every time I look at it, and there will be comments about it and all that good stuff. So do not worry, we will get to the drill. But now we need to finish off the crafting with this because I really, really want to place this thing down and get it going. So there we go. We've got the vertical digger. Now, there are a couple things to cover with this. Obviously, we've already gone over the radius, so it is going to take a little bit of space. So what I'm probably going to do, and we can do this a little bit on camera right now, as I already said. Wow, I really don't have much dirt. Why do I have so little dirt? Oh my gosh. Okay, and I don't even have a shovel. We might need to make a shovel, but we are going to kind of fill in this area over here. It's not going to look the best. It'll look a little bit better once grass grows. Still really not that great because of this awkward dip down here, but I want some space, some flat area to place it down and do some work on. So let's get this out with some sticks. And why do I have so many sticks? I guess it's, I don't know. But yeah, so we're gonna get a little bit of this dirt, a little bit of this awkward dirt sticking up right here. I don't know why I have so little dirt, but we'll place this down. And I just want to flatten out this area to this level right now. And I guess we can come over here and get some of this. Just try and clear it out, make it look nice, you know, get the thumbnail going, get ahead on doing that. That's really the critical part of the video. That's what's going to get people to click on it. You're going to be like, whoa, Rage has really upped his thumbnail game. Let's click on that video. And then you're just going to click like, because who doesn't? You know, it's free. Okay, so we've got some room over here. It looks hideous. This is going to, oh, okay, this is going to bother me so bad because I can see it. It's readily apparent to me. We're going to just like even this out a little bit, smooth it out. When was the last time you saw steep sand or a random block of stone? There we go. Problem solved. Problem solved. Let me just, and okay, now problem's actually solved. There. Okay, solved. So saved. Everything's saved. We Bob Rossed it. We saved it. Okay, so we've got the vertical digger. We're going to put that down right, like right here. It's got some room. It doesn't matter that there's these blocks over here. It's going to mine vertical, so it doesn't really matter. So when we hover over it, it says mining at, and this is the block where it's going to start. So if we hop on top of it, you can see that it is going to be 2 blocks away. So right now it's 2 in the X direction, and 2 in the Y direction. So that's the very corner where it's going to start. And if we click on it right here, we can change the mode and we can reset it. So right now it's on mining everything. That means that it is going to clear out an entire square. Whatever the radius is, it'll clear out that square all the way down. Now, if we change it, now it's only mining ores. Now it is exactly like the digital miner from Mechanism. This is the setting I suspect most of you are going to want because it does use up 650 CF per block. So it doesn't use up that to scan them. I know you might be worried about that, but if you don't hit an ore, it will not use power. So essentially, you're either going to pay a ton of CF for random blocks, or you're going to pay 650 just per piece of ore, which obviously isn't the best if you're getting kind of bad ores, but if you're getting good ores, it's definitely worth it, and it'll help you kind of maintain a decent level of power without running yourself dry. You know, when you're early on, which I suspect you're probably going to be making this when you're early on like me, especially if you're in a mod pack, there are a lot of better late game options, but this one's not bad for early game. So it's got an internal buffer right here where it can store it. We will be moving it out. That's why we've got the item interface and stuff. Not going to worry about that just yet. I want to get it running. So we need to put down the energy laser relay somewhere on here. I'm going to put it down on top for now, and we are just going to hook it up to one of these. Oh, okay. We're moving. It's getting moved. It's getting moved. You all know why. It's getting moved because this needs to be a straight line, or else I'm going to lose my mind. There we go. It is now getting power. You can see, of course, that the power is able to store 200,000. I always go to click on it and look in the pop-up, but no, it is in the bottom left-hand corner as usual. So now it's on only mining ores, and it should be going. So yeah, you can see it's going right now, but it does not have a very big radius. And you know what I just realized? We need the top for the upgrade. So I don't know what I'm doing. We'll let that run, but we still need to craft the upgrade, which is the Phantom Booster. Now this requires the 4 Estonia. So we're going to make the Ender Casing, the block of black quartz, the empowered diamantine crystals, and the Ender Pearls. And then we're going to finish this off. Oh, we need more diamantine. I was missing 4 diamonds. Okay. Well, I guess it's good that I didn't do a full block then. Haha, I was right for once. That's what's up. Okay, so here we go. We've got this. So this goes on top of it. Like I said, you can stack 3. It's a little bit odd because it's supposed to be used for phantom blocks, but it also works for this. So now if we were to hit reset, now it should be reset to go in a larger radius. So you can see last time when it was at the corner, it would be at 17. Now it should be going all the way down to 15, I believe. 14. Okay, so it's going all the way to 14 instead of 17. So that's actually not a bad radius if we look at it. Is this... That's 16, 15. So 14 would be this stone block right here. So it's doing a decent size area right here. We can always move it around. We can add more of these to the top and reset it. But it's on only mining ores, so it's not going to get anything until it actually hits some ore, which I suspect won't happen for at least a little bit. But that gives us time to start getting ready to process the stuff. So one thing we need to do is actually get the energy laser relay down, and we'll hook it up to here because it needs power. But now we need to process the items, and this is going to start looking really crazy because we're going to have lasers going all over the place. So these are the ones that we're going to want to make invisible, or, you know, we're going to want to get a base set up so that this stuff doesn't look so weird. But we can hook it up to this system over here with the crusher and the powered furnace. Now this has a bunch of stuff in it right now, so it can't actually run. But what we can do is take the hopper and the item interface. We can put those into a hopping item interface, and this will allow us to turn the energy laser relays. We need both of these. Turn them into that, and then place them back down. Turn them into that. So we only need 2 of these. And instead of having it in this case where it's coming from the item interface and it's getting pushed in, this is going to kind of suck it out and hopper it in over here. So it's going to hopper it into the crusher. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this a little bit, and we'll kind of situate it slightly different just so that it doesn't look so weird. So I guess we can put it, I don't know, where do I want to put it? We need to sleep. That's the first thing. But we need to put it down so it doesn't look super weird. So I'll probably put it down actually pretty close to this system over here. Okay, so the power is going through there. I kind of wish this wasn't with this in the center, so eventually this will be moved. But I guess we can put it down right over here. So we'll put it down on this wall. So we'll do the crusher right up here. We'll do the powered furnace right down there. We'll do the hopper like such. And then we will do the hopping item interface. We can do it right up here if we really want. So like that. And I don't know if the item laser relay can go anywhere on it, but I think it can. So we'll do this then. And if we hook it up, it should go if this gets anything in it. So we kind of got to wait until that gets an ore to actually verify that this works. I don't think this needs to go on top of the hopping item interface. If it does, it's an easy fix, but for now, I kind of like the way that looks a little bit more. I think it's really weird if it's like clipping through stuff. Like, let's see what it looks like if we put it on top. I just want to see. Let's take a look. Does it look weird? Does it clip through anything? Oh, it actually doesn't. Okay, well, that's fine then. So we got to wait until that gets something, though. Let's make sure we've got nothing in there so we can verify it. Okay, so when that gets something, it should go up there. We should see the little tick up here, but I'm not going to worry about that just yet. I want to see if we can make some more of the energy laser relays really quick, just because. Do we have the stuff we need for them? I think we do. Mainly because I want to get power over here so that these 2 things are not having to worry about getting power from stuff, and they can just get hooked up to the overall system. So let's see. We've got some obsidian. We need to make some of the restonia. That was 4, right? We need the blocks of redstone. And we need the... What am I forgetting? We need that, so we only need that. And then the advanced coil. So we need those 4, those 2. We'll need to get some more gold nuggets. Turn that into gold nuggets. And... Okay, I think we're good. Honestly, I'm really tempted to make a base before next episode just because this will be so much easier if we have a base. Honestly, setting it up for the overall, like the long run, it'll be so much better. So we need a piece of black quartz, I think, right? If I have the recipe correct. Yep, there we go. And this needs to be the nuggets. And like that. And we'll get 4 of them. Great. Nope, these are backwards. Nope, these are backwards now, and they need to be blocks. There we go, I'm losing my mind. Okay, well, we were going strong for a little bit. Has this gotten anything in it yet? This is still going, hasn't gotten anything. Wow, that's depressing. But then we can throw down on these. We can do it on the front, I guess, because normally it would be on the back, but whatever. There we go. This is the funniest thing ever. This looks so funny. It's so funny. How much are these invisibility upgrades? Someone tell me. Please. We're going off the book today. Where are said upgrades? It's not in the lenses right there. Laser relay modifier invisibility. How much are those? Black stained glass, void crystals, and advanced coil. So I don't have. I gotta go get in. I could make it right now, right? Does this have anything in it yet? Okay, let's see if we can go get some ink sacs. Is there any where? I heard that guy. I heard him somewhere. Are there any squid down here? Any at all? No. Darn it. Okay, well, you know what? Fine. We'll stare at them, and I'll go off camera and I'll get some eventually before I clip the thumbnail, because we don't have any in here, do we? No, we don't. Okay. Can this please just get... Oh, it got something. It got something. It got a piece of coal. Yes, it got a piece of coal. Yes. Awesome. So, there we go. I proved it worked. Oh, it got more coal. Oh, and it's just wasting it because it's coming in as coal. Okay, well, that can be taken care of. All we have to do is just use the advanced item laser relays and put them into a chest if they're going to be coal, redstone, anything along those lines. But I think that's going to be it for today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please feel free to give it a like, as it does help me out a lot. Again, as always, I just want to let you guys know I will do my best to record videos as frequently as possible. I'm currently having an audit at work, so everyone in my department is flipping out, and so it's a little bit stressful, but nothing that a good day in Minecraft can't cure. So, without further ado, I guess I'll say thanks for watching, guys, and I will talk to you later.